Hi, my name's Jack. In this video we're going to test email confirmation codes using a demo web application. We're going to use Playwright test automation framework and the MailSlurp disposable email address API to create throwaway mailboxes that can be used in automated sign-up tests. We'll then use the Node.js client to receive confirmation codes, extract the code and enter it into the confirmation form. We'll be doing this using Node.js and Playwright, and the code can be found on mailslurp.com/examples. So our demonstration application can be found at playground.mailslurp.com, and this is a basic React app that accepts a username and password, and when that is entered, a confirmation code is sent to the email address. In order to complete the sign up, the confirmation code must be extracted and entered into the form on the next screen. So to demonstrate that, let's try that manually and then we'll write an automated test. So if we sign up, I'm going to use an email address of mine, a Gmail one, and so this is a manual demonstration. We'll go sign in. Okay, it's telling me user doesn't exist. Okay, we're going to go create an account and password. Okay, so it's asked for my confirmation code. So now we'll look in our email provider and fetch that code. So in my Outlook junk folder, I can find the confirmation code from this test application. So I'll copy that, and then if we go back to the test app, which is here, we can enter the confirmation code and confirm the account. So how would we automate this process? Logging in manually for each test is quite time consuming and it's easy to run out of email addresses. So we can create an automated test using Playwright and email addresses on demand. So let's start setting that up. Okay, so I've created a new project, and in my editor I'm going to install Playwright and the MailSlurp client. So I might just want to init this project first as a node project, and then we'll go npm install save dev MailSlurp client and Playwright. Go like that. Okay, that's installed. So now what we want to do is we want to create some tests that will load the application and fill out the form. So let's create a new directory test like that, and we'll add a new test called login.spec.ts. Okay, and in here we want to import the MailSlurp client and Playwright test. So it's looking like we may need to install that as well. So we'll just install Playwright test like that, and we'll create a test to say test.describe can sign up to my demo app. Okay. So what do we want to do first? We want to sign up, async, we'll create the test. Okay, now why is that complaining? Test function async. We have to go like this, I think. Okay, we need to set up our Playwright config. I'm going to just put this here. We'll create a playwright.config.ts. I'm going to put this in here. So we import a config, set up a config, and we're going to use Chromium to run our test. The tester is in the test. Let's go here. Okay, and let's type this test. Okay. So what do we want to achieve in our test? We want to create a new inbox for each test. So what we will do is we will use MailSlurp to do that. So in the test we can say our API key will be from our app, and we're going to create a new inbox for the test, and we're going to use the email address and the ID to fill out our sign up form. So to get our API key, let's go back to our dashboard. So if we go to app.mailslurp.com and log in, we can take our API key from here, and we can place it in the MailSlurp client. Okay, so that's our API key, and we just want to create an inbox, and then just for our first test, let's see that the email address contains the word MailSlurp. Okay, so that's a good test to begin with. Let's try running this and see what happens. Okay, the test passes when I run the test, and just to make sure our test is running correctly, let's run it again and see if we can catch the false positive here. Great, okay, so here we can see the email address. So our test is working correctly. So now we need to think about how to load the application and fill out the form. So that involves going to the app. So let's say load the playground, and this will be create the test inbox. We're going to use the ID and the email address later, and this password we're going to use for signing in, so we can put that up there. This is creating the MailSlurp client. Okay. Right. Okay. So this will go to the playground, and then why don't we just stop the debugger here? So you can just place a debugging value there, and let's run the debugger and see what happens. We may want to make it headed, so we can actually see it. So in our config, if we go to the Playwright config, in our projects, in our Chromium project, we can say, I think it's headless here. Okay, headless false, because we want to actually see this. Let's try that again. Okay, running the test. Okay, so we can see that Chrome has opened and a debugging breakpoint has stopped here. So this gives us a good chance to inspect the app and see what's going on. So our step now is that we want to fill out the username and password with the email address and the password that we have created. So the way to do this would be to find some way to identify this form element. So it looks like the name should do. So if we write away page.fill, and then the selector is going to be name. Okay, so we surround this with square brackets to select it, and the value, we're going to fill it with the email address. And password, what is this? This is type, we can do it with name password. Okay, so we'll say password like that, and let's put in the password. Okay, so we can get rid of that now, and once that's finished, we want to click this sign in. Oh, okay, that's not right. We need to sign up. We need to create an account. So let's see what that involves. We need to click. Oops. We need to click the create account button first. Okay. So there's a test ID there we can use. So we'll go to the app, and then we will click the test ID, and that should load the sign-in screen. Okay, so once that's done, we want to fill out the sign-in password. Okay, so we'll change these so they're a bit more specific. Here's that. Put that like that. Okay, and then we want to click the, oops. Okay. Make these the right values. Okay, so we'll make those selected with the name, email, and password. And then we just need to click the create account button. So that's the last step, will be to wait page.click the button. Okay, so after this we will run the test and see if it works. Okay, so we'll come here again and we'll put a debugger. Let's stop that and let's run the test again. Okay, it seems to be alright. Let's go, click play, and it's got into the submitted stage. Okay, so now we can see that the confirmation code has been sent, and it's we're waiting to insert the new confirmation code. So what we need to do now is we need to fetch the latest email, and we need to insert it into this code box here. So okay, what we're going to do is we're going to say page.fill, and then put in that selector, the name code, and we're going to wait for the latest email. So we're going to say const email is wait for the latest email, inbox ID, so we're passing the ID, and the wait time of we're going to say 2 minutes, and unread true. Okay, and so that email, we're going to expect a confirmation code. So the best way to test that would be first to just make an assertion about it. So let's say that the email body, we expect that to equal 123 for now. Okay, let's run that and we'll just see what the value is, and then we can test with it. Okay, so we run the code. It signs up using the generated email address, and it's throwing an error saying that there's a problem. The code doesn't equal 123. That's okay. So now we can extract this code based on this value. So the code will be the email body, and it's my IDE suggested a captcha for me to capture this code. So let's say now the code, let's see what it equals. We're just going to add something that it won't be so that we can test it and see that we're actually getting the numbers. So let's just rerun that one more time. Okay, it's not running. Click there. Okay. So it's signed up. It's waiting for the confirmation code. Okay, we received an email and it's got a 3-digit number. That's great. Now we can use the number to fill in the code form. Let's do that, and we'll have to find out what the button is that we're going to click. So I'm going to put another breakpoint there, and we'll run this again. We have a problem there. Okay, run that again. Let's see how far it gets this time. Into the code, great. Okay, and now we just need to click this confirm button, and let's see how we would do that. Okay, I just copied the data test ID, so we'll say page.click, and we'll just put in the ID like that. And let's try that again and see if it works. Okay, so let's run that again and have a look where we get to. If it worked, it should take us back to the login page and ask us to fill out the login form. Okay, so it enters the... Oh, okay, we need to debug it for it to stop. Okay, entered in the email address, it's waiting for the confirmation code. Confirmation code is received, and it's taken us back to the sign-in form. Okay, so we want to now fill out this form. So we've got a selector here, just with the password and username again. This time, now it's confirmed. It should take us into a greetings page after that. So we'll use the email address there. Okay, and we want to fill out the password. I'll capture this here. Oh. Okay, and then we want to click this button, and it's the test ID, and wait, page.click. Okay, now let's move this down here. Okay, so let's stop that and let's run the test again, and this time we should get all the way through to a confirmation page. Let's see if that works. Okay, so app's opening, email address has been generated, confirmation code was entered, and oh, we've got a slight problem. Okay, we need to just fix our test. Let's try that again. Enter the confirmation code, and it was successful. Okay, so let's run it with the debugger, and we can pause there and let's make an assertion based on the confirmation screen that it shows. Incorrect username and password. Okay. Oh, okay. No wonder. Here, I've got to add the password like that. Let's try that again. Okay. Testing is often trial and error, and we'll get there in the end. Okay. Enter the code. It's loading. Come on. Yay! And we see the welcome screen. Okay. Wonderful. That's great. Let's have a celebration. Whoa! Okay. So we want to test that we actually see this screen. So let's find somewhere on the page that is, okay, we see the text welcome. Okay, so we can just say await page dot wait for, what can we wait for here? We can wait for an image. No, we could probably wait for, yeah, we can wait for this welcome image. We can match on that. So wait for selector, and we'll say it's a image, and the source should contain welcome somewhere in the source. Okay, and let's get rid of that. Now let's try this again. created a new email address, entering the confirmation code, and the welcome screen was shown, so our test is passing. So that's great. So why don't we just go over briefly what we've done here. So we created a test in Playwright to test email login and confirmation codes, and we used the MailSlurp client from MailSlurp client and our API key that we obtained from our dashboard up here, create an inbox testing and to receive a confirmation code. So if we look in the dashboard, we can go into our inboxes and or we can look at our latest emails, and we might be able to see those confirmation codes. So here they are. Here was the confirmation message. So we can also view it in the UI, but it's much quicker and easier to do it in an automated test. So I hope that helped, and if you'd like more examples, please go to our GitHub page, and also check out the docs at docs.mailslurp.com. Thanks for watching.